Hello, everyone. It's your boys over here at Friday Night at the Barbell with your hosts, myself, Carson Wendell, Josh Sellers, and Bryant Wood. We're really excited today. We have some really awesome guests. Um, Gym owners of Iron Havok out of Sebring, Florida. We have Amanda and Patrick. Amanda, she's an all-time world record holder, aka Kick-Ass Amanda. Patrick, aka Old Man Gains, beard extraordinaire. So how are you guys doing?
Wonderful.
We're doing great, man.
Doing good, man.
Hey,
Living the dream.
you saw where you posted recently. You've got some like really cool stuff happening at the Olympia, right?
Yeah, it was kind of like a last minute thing. There's a guy like in powerlifting in Florida, and he reached out and he was like, "Hey, would you like be interested in lifting at the Rhino Cage?" And I was like, "What?" So I went and looked
That's
into it,
so.
and
That's cool.
they were just
Yeah. So
like, I
Stan F.
guess trying to find people, and yeah.
Yeah, I think I saw where like Hunt is going to be there, and like
Who?
Blake LaHue, Shane Hunt, and
Oh,
like
yeah.
Blake
Yeah.
LaHue.
Yeah, I saw they're gonna do Blake just did the freaking American Pro. So when I saw him that he was doing it, I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's gonna be pretty
And
cool.
I think
There's I guess there's like a
I
little
was gonna say, I think he's already signed up for the Ghost Clash now too.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
He bombed out, so
Yeah,
Oh,
I
he
know.
did. I didn't even watch. I didn't even watch the
Yeah.
rap day. That's
I think it's.
Deadlifts too, which sucks. Yeah.
Did you see? I saw where he posted. He's done like what was it 60 or 71 competitions or something.
yeah, he's been
Oh,
competing
yeah.
since high school. I talked to
Yeah.
him.
That's
He
nuts.
he's
Wild.
from Texas, so when I talked to him about it, he had been literally doing a quit meet since he was in high school.
That's
That's
crazy.
Insane. How old is he? Do you guys know?
He's around 30, I believe.
Yeah. 70
So
something.
he did like 10 years of lifting. Yeah, he did like 10 years of lifting equipped in like high school, middle school age before he ever got into like actual raw powerlifting.
Imagine like seven meets a year.
No. Absolutely
That's
not.
not. But
It's not even a year, right? It would just be like a season too.
Yeah.
but yeah, Amanda and Patrick, I'm really excited to get to talk to y'all. I know our schedules we've been trying to get this one going, but I've been really excited just to talk to y'all because for everyone that doesn't know, we went to the same gym. When was that? Something like 6, 7 years ago now when y'all moved.
6 years.
Yeah, it was like
And
we started going there in like 2015, and then we moved 2017, the end of 2017. Yeah.
yeah, those were the good old days of Strong Inc. That was a good
Yeah.
I
crew
know.
we had.
I
I
missed it a
missed
lot.
that.
A lot of fun.
So I guess we could start off. I was gonna kind of ask you guys, kind of just in general, how did you get into fitness or working out, the gym, strength training, and then I guess you could talk specifically about like how you got into powerlifting.
Can we go first?
It doesn't matter. I mean, well, I'll go first because mine's really short. So I got into it because I went through a breakup and was, woe is me, all depressed. I mean, a lot of people do it for that reason. But,
The
you
villain
know, it
arc.
started me off on this kind of journey. And like, that was me. I was just trying to look better and feel better. And it kind of worked, I guess. That was pretty much it. That's how I got into it. Like I said, it was short and sweet.
Yeah. Mine's pretty short and sweet too. Like I think mine was 2013, but it was like a New Year's resolution thing. And there was like a guy at my gym. He was like bigger. I was bigger. So we were like, let's go to the gym. And he went for like a month. And then I just kind of kept going. I started off like doing just cardio bunny shit, just treadmill and elliptical and all that stuff.
The fun stuff.
And absolutely hated it. And I saw people lifting, so I would like just go sit on the machines and like read the little label on it on like how to do it. I would just figure it out. And then how I got into powerlifting, I saw it on Instagram. That's kind of like when Instagram was like first starting. But I would see a little bit here and there, and I was like, that's really cool. I kind of want to try that. And there was a guy at my gym who was, I think he was personal training there or working there or something. But I got with him and he showed me like all the power lifts, and he was like, you're actually kind of strong. And I was like, really? And I was like, that's it. I was hooked.
I wish I
From
could get
there.
that compliment.
Yeah, one compliment and you're in.
Yeah,
Cool.
that's all it took.
Yes, I
I
know.
like that. I like that start though, because a lot of people, when they first get to the gym and they do cardio bunny shit or sit ups, pull ups, like that's all they ever try and do. They don't ever go to any of the machines. And for you to say like you started out by literally looking at the label and just doing it, that's so much more than most people do. Most people, even I talk to, that have backgrounds in exercise science, they're like, I'm afraid to go to the gym. I'm like, you know about this stuff. Plus, just read the label and do it.
Yeah, that's
They're,
crazy.
I don't want to look stupid. It's like, just read it. This even got pictures now.
Yeah.
Like back
Yeah.
then, it just had word descriptions. Now it's
Yeah.
like you got a whole ass diagram of how to do it.
And
Yeah.
I
like
would sit there,
not knowing how to do
read the
something
machine,
is
like look it up on YouTube. Be like, how do I do this?
That's what I tell people
yeah.
too.
That's what I was about to say. Like, there's no reason you shouldn't. You should be able to like say, "Oh, I don't know how to do something." You got YouTube and the internet. You can look anything up about the gym related, how to do a lift, how to do a movement, whatever.
I can see
Everything
why
is
a lot of people probably wouldn't think about that. But I always tell people like just walk through the gym and go do your normal thing of cardio and look at machines, Google it right then and there, and then watch the videos while you're on the treadmill or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can go back and not look like an idiot.
Yeah. I didn't
Yeah.
care. I
Everyone
sat
looks like an
right there
idiot.
on the machine, pretending like I was texting, but I was really looking at the YouTube video of how to do it.
Yeah, I think that's a great story because a lot of people just I don't know if it's refuse or act like that's not possible, but I think it's a great way to get started.
Yeah. Well, a lot of
Yeah.
people like have that fear of like people watching them and seeing them do
Yeah.
something they don't know what they're doing, which I had that a lot too, but luckily the gym I went to, it was at my job. So like a lot of people that went there, like I knew like I would be around. And so I was kind of like, I don't give a shit if they're looking at me. So, and it was empty a lot too.
Yeah.
So I'd take that time and just like figure shit out.
Yeah.
That's great.
So what year did you guys move to Florida? When was that?
2017.
It was 2017. It was kind of funny because the weekend we were supposed to move here was the weekend that Irma hit like our town, and we were supposed to be like moving all of our stuff down that same weekend. So it was like September of 2017.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we were supposed to close on our house and the hurricane hit. So they put all the closing off for weeks because there was no power anywhere for about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So they had to assess the damage. We couldn't close on the house. I was actually living in a 1-bedroom, 1-bath trailer here in Sebring in an RV park, like temporarily, just trying to wait on that. So that was fun.
Fun times.
Yeah.
Damn.
So when did you guys, I guess, decide, or when did the gears start turning on like opening a gym? Was it? Did you have plans to do that when you moved down? Or was it just like something that you had? How did that come about?
So the funny thing about it, like, you know how Iron Havok started, you guys know I was making T-shirts, and
Yeah,
hats, and just little stuff like that, just screen printing
I got
stuff,
two.
like our spare bedroom. And the thought of opening a gym was never in my mind at that time. The more I got like into fitness and working out, started enjoying it more because I did not enjoy it at all at first. It seemed like the more I got into it, I just kind of wanted to be in that space more. And I think that the thought kept crossing my mind about it'd be kind of cool to actually own this instead of going there paying somebody. Like if I could own it and make it what I want it to be, to try to be something a little different than all the other commercial gyms. And that's really, I guess, when the wheels really started turning in my head. Maybe I should like start doing these shirts and trying to take that money to do a gym. That's really was the idea in my head. That's what I was trying to do with screen printing.
Yeah. And when we moved down here, like we're literally in the middle of nowhere. Like there's nothing here. And we didn't know that before we moved. We kind of just like did the like throw a pin. We're moving to Florida. We're just going to figure it out when we get there. And we got here and we were like, oh shit, there's nothing here. There's like a
Water.
couple, there used to be a Gold's Gym and that was like the pinnacle of everywhere, but they closed down.
They also would not let me deadlift during the day, which is strange, but this is a retirement community. So it's all old people. And every gym in town, they abide by the old people. Like you cannot make noise.
Yeah.
So they would not let me deadlift until late at night. But at the time, the job I was working, I was having to work late in the evenings. So that was the only time I could do it. So I ended up canceling with them, going to another gym in town. They told me I had to use silencer pads. So, I'm deadlifting from something this thick from the start. I'm like, yeah, this is not the place for me.
Yeah. We had that one gym. There's one tiny little gym in town. And he was like really cool. Like he was so accepting of us. He was like, oh, cool, we'll have powerlifters here. And he even like set up a whole little thing in the corner for us.
Just for us.
Which was awesome. We loved it. But it was just like, it was still just like an old people's gym. Like they were playing like 70s music and like it was just like not the vibe. So we loved it. Like the atmosphere was cool. Like the people were cool, but it was just like we missed Strong Ink. Like we missed having that environment, all those people that we were around. Like we just missed that. So we were like, you know what? We're gonna have to get us a place that we can lift out of. And that's kind of like how it started. Like we're just gonna get a warehouse and put some shit in it. And if people want to come, like cool.
Yeah. And that's how it started. Like we got a warehouse. I bought like a couple of things, like one squat rack and a bench.
Literally.
And made a deadlift platform on some plywood and the stuff from Tractor Supply. So we were doing that, and I think you had posted some stuff on social media and did the hashtag with the area. And I think Marcos, he was the one like messaged her and said, hey, where's that powerlifting gym at? We didn't know there was one in Sebring. We were like, well, there isn't, but you can come lift with us if you want. And that's actually how it started. Mm-hmm. Then we had some more people come, and I had the thought, I was like, why don't we charge them? She was like, she's the one that gave the idea. She's like, why don't we just open the gym? You've been talking about wanting to do this. Let's just open a gym. I was like, I don't have any money. I'm like, I have no money for this. I have a squat rack, a deadlift platform, and a bench. That's literally what we had when we started.
A couple dumbbells.
Yeah, I bought like a set of dumbbells that go up to like 50 pounds for like $200. It was like a set of 5 to 50 pound dumbbells for a couple of $100. Pretty much everything with the gym now, the majority of stuff, like I don't make a lot of money. So everything that I bought was like off of Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist. Just about everything. Yeah. And that's still how the gym is going to this day.
Yeah.
But it's worked out. So
I mean, I'm sitting here smiling. I grew up in a family where my mom kind of risked everything for a small business during the recession back in 2007-8. So like hearing this is awesome. I mean, it's like the true American dream. You have an idea. And for me, I can also see if I went to 2 or 3 gyms and they were like, hey, you can't really deadlift here. I'd be like, well, time to open my own. Absolutely not. And doing it with that kind of a risk, there's always risk reward with this stuff, but I don't have any money. How can I do it? You make it work. That's how.
Yeah.
Well, I had the thought, like, with minimal equipment, and she assured me of this. If the people don't like it, to hell with them. It is what it is. We enjoy it. The people that want to come enjoy it. And that's all that matters. That's what we're here to support anyway, the people that enjoy it. So if they don't like it, there's other gyms in town. And like, that's okay. So I had to go with that mindset because I could never get over the fact. And I still have this same thing to this day. I'm like, oh, we just don't have enough stuff. We need this and this and this. And at some point, especially in the gym industry, unless you get a big loan or have a lot of money up front, you have to just get over that. Just do what you can. If the people 100%. Want to come, they're going to come. And those are going to be the people you want to gym anyway. So that's how.
And they might go to that. They might go back to that other gym, hear that 70s music, and be like, "Yeah, fuck it, I'll suffer with minimal equipment."
Well, I mean, we've had people do that. We've had people go to other gyms.
Yeah.
Like, just the vibe and the atmosphere of other gyms, they just don't like it, so they come back to our place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's
Curtis.
incredible.
Curtis would love it down there.
Hey, Curtis would love it in there. And
Curtis
they know.
would love it.
They know Curtis would.
Talking about old Curtis.
Yes,
Yes,
Mr.
we are.
Curtis, yes.
Still around?
Yes.
Like lifting?
Yes.
I don't mean alive. I didn't
Yes.
mean it like that. My bad. Sorry. Yeah.
He's not dead yet. No.
No, he'll come in. He comes in late. He'll come in late at like 7:30, 8 o'clock, like three or 4 nights a week. And he'll load his 185 on the squat bar and do like a RPE 10, 12 squat with it to the pins. Do his little 1 or 2 accessories and leave. That's all he'll do.
I love
Yeah.
that.
That's a
He'll just stare at all the people.
Be like that.
I love
Oh, me
that.
too. Curtis is my hero.
Yes. Never been.
And Oh, he also is not going to compete again until he's older. So he gets in the next age group.
Oh, really?
What is? Do you know what that age group is?
I think he's waiting until he's 75.
Oh, that's awesome. I
I don't-
love that for him.
I mean, that's really.
It's so awesome.
If I'm still lifting at 75, I'm gonna call that a success.
Absolutely.
It's so funny too. Like you'll see him over. He'll have like the wagon wheels on the deadlift, and he'll be like loading it up. He'll be he'll be over there. He'll bend down. Like the grind.
And turn red. He'll get red and purple in the forehead. His head will start bleeding.
Oh my
And,
God.
And he's just
Looks
cursing
like
the whole
you.
time,
Yeah.
too. These motherfucking piece of shit. wheels.
It's
That
so
sounds identical to me. Like,
That's this guy.
really with me right now. Old man games. It's
Yeah.
kind of like this.
Old man complains.
Sometimes, yeah.
yeah.
That's still Curtis, too.
He is
I
our
love
hero.
that.
Oh,
But yeah, I feel like I've watched kind of the evolution of Iron Havok through social media. Because I've watched, like, I remember when y'all first moved down there, and I was kind of like following you guys. Had like that small space, and then now it's like it's really cool to see how how y'all have kind of like moved forward with it. But kind of in doing that, I guess what are some things y'all struggled with, like with the gym in general, or maybe opening? You've talked a little bit about like opening the gym at first, but maybe like what are some other things you struggle with? You talked about like money issues or like time and management, that kind of thing.
all of those.
Yeah.
It feels like all of the above. Like,
Well, I think the biggest thing down here is the demographic. That's our biggest hurdle right now, is being able to get enough members in, because the demographic. Like if you looked up the demographics for Sebring, it's like 90% people are above 55 years old. It's really bad, and those people don't want to come to our gym. There's a few. We've got
yeah,
some
we've got
some jacked old guys that love our place.
They're like, this place reminds me of prison. I'm like,
Yeah,
wow. Okay.
but
That's
the
awesome.
majority of them,
Great.
they come in and they're just kind of like, because we're like playing loud music, people are screaming, and
Yeah.
it's a good vibe if you're into that. But if you're just like a timid old person, like you just want to go to the YMCA or wherever. So that's the thing we struggle with the most here. So that kind of creates all of the other struggles with financials and all that other stuff. Is just the demographic here is just so hard to kind of like get the people in that we need. It's not like Tuscaloosa where there's like 100,000
College,
students there, like right down the street.
Yeah.
So it's hard here.
Yeah.
But that's probably the
You got to
biggest
start
thing.
promoing some of those, like, super competitive elderly athletes that are out there,
Yeah.
Like I see it all the time, just on social media alone, where you see like 86-year-old grandmother deadlifts a world record. It's like anything's possible.
Yeah.
Maybe people just need to see it. You never know.
Yeah. That's true. But they have to have social media to see it.
Hey, well, that's true. Gonna have to send out postcards somehow.
They don't have that on their flip phones.
Out articles or whatever.
What'd you say?
No, I was just saying you'd have to like put it in the newspaper or something.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah,
It's funny
that's
because like 3 weeks
good-
ago, like the newspaper did come by and was trying to get us to advertise him, and I was like, no,
Yeah.
because nobody that wants to come here
I'm-
reads the newspaper. They don't even know what the newspaper is.
not. I mean, in my mind, it's not a terrible idea. Maybe you do a 60+ only powerlifting competition for like charity or something.
Yeah.
There's no minimums. If people know, like, they can just come out and learn how to pick up a deadlift bar
Yeah.
somewhere close to them, maybe that would be something that could work.
clinic
But
thing,
along
yeah.
the lines of Carson's question, you had Hurricane
Irma.
right when you moved, Irma, right when you moved, and then opened the business in
2019.
What year?
Yeah, June 19.
2019. And then immediately COVID hits.
Yeah. That was
What were some of the, and I know everybody kind of went through the same struggles, especially in terms of businesses, but what were some of the, biggest hurdles during that time?
Well, luckily we have like the members that we had then like are pretty much our core group that we have now, and almost all of them were like, hey, like please take out my membership dues, like even if you guys had to close, because we had to close for a certain amount of time. And then at some point we were like, you know what, fuck this. If we're gonna get fined or get closed down, it's just gonna happen. And we opened back up like I think like a month.
Yeah, we opened a month.
April.
Yeah, we opened a month before they would allow us. I tried to get with other gyms in town, and a couple of them were like, "Oh yeah, we'll do it too." And we opened, and they were like, "No, we've changed our mind." It's like, way to take a stand, guys. Appreciate that. So like, but also even before that, we loaned out some equipment to a couple of our members, because there were still people that didn't want to come in. So like, we had people come get barbells and weights and things like that, just so they could work out at home, which I think that helped build our group that we have now. It made those bonds because these people were like, we actually had people from other gyms come to us and ask if they could borrow equipment. It's like, no, you're not even a member at our gym. We're here for our members.
Yep.
You know, and I think that went a long way with our members too, because I think everybody I loaned equipment to, they're all still members.
Yeah.
Every single one of them. You may not even see them for
That's awesome.
but they still pay their membership because they're appreciative of something like that. You know.
Yeah. One good thing that came out of COVID was the COVID check, because that's what we bought the mono with.
Yes. Appreciate that.
Through.
That's how we bought
Let's
our
go.
mono.
I just remember that.
Yeah, because I drove to Tennessee like 14 straight hours to go pick the mono up, because with the check, both of us put together, like it still wasn't enough to pay shipping. So I literally drove to past Knoxville, somewhere in Tennessee, from South Florida.
Did you get the Donna Body one?
Yeah. That was the one that like the guy gave us. Heavy is the guy that owns it. Like he gave us the best deal, like by far the best deal on that mono you can get anywhere. So and it's
especially around that time, I'm sure.
So,
that's awesome. Yeah, I've heard. I haven't really heard of any gyms doing that, like lending out equipment. That's really cool. I know, like, I remember during that time, if you went online to try and buy weights or any kind of fitness equipment during that time,
people were hiking it.
The price gouging was insane. You would sell like a 50-pound dumbbells, like a pair for like $300. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go like find a tree limb or something, or a log. That's insane.
No, what's bad about it? Like, all those prices are still up the same price. Like they're like, well, people were paying it because people did. People wanted to go to the gym and they couldn't get in there, so they paid that premium price for a rusted weight that it came out of a ditch full of water.
It's crazy.
Y'all talked about Amanda. You said y'all talked about kind of like your core members of your gym, and I've noticed with you guys, you really seem to have a really close, like, cool gym family, and you seem to have like some really good camaraderie in there. And how important is that to y'all?
Oh, it's super important. Like, it's kind of crazy how we started building that, because it wasn't just us. Like, I think it was like literally 2 weeks after I'd posted that we were gonna open the gym. I got a message from someone on on Instagram, and he was like, "Hey, I have a gym," and I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "I didn't know another powerlifting gym existed." He's like, "Oh no, it's in my backyard," but he's like, "If you guys want to come train, you can." I was like, "Okay, cool." So we went over there and met Andy. He's my coach now, but like, he just literally had this giant building in the back of his yard full of equipment, and that's what he was training with, but he would invite people to come. And once we met him, everything just kind of like snowballed, because all the people that started coming to our gym were like, "Hey, like, who coaches you? Are you getting coached? Like, where can I get coaching?" And I was like, "Talk to Andy." So it kind of started creating this niche thing where people would go to his house and train. They would still come to our place and train, and then we would all train together. Like, we squat every Sunday. We've been squatting every Sunday for like 4 years now at Andy's. And it's just kind of like snowballed it, I guess, more, because it's not just a gym community. Like, we're all being coached by the same person. We all train together now. So it's like, it's a lot more close knit than just like people we know from the gym. So
one big team.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, that reminds me, y'all. I'm sure y'all remember like Matt Burgett, but he talks about like back in the day when they would do their like equipped training. everybody would be doing the same thing. Like you would get in the squat suit on like Monday or whatever, and then everybody getting the bench shirt on this day. I think that can go a long way in training when you have that like consistent group of people training together. I think that's cool.
Yeah, we all train conjugate, so it makes sense for us to train. Like we have some differences in like what we do. Like I have to have some differences in my training, but as far as the barbell goes, we're gonna use the same bar, and all of our accessories can be different. We just kind of split off into our own thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it makes it way easier to be able to train together when you're all doing kind of the same thing.
Yeah, because it's almost like
Yeah.
a meet. I mean, you have a person that goes, next person they either load more or take weight off. But it's all the same variation. So I mean, it's almost like
Yeah.
doing a meet on training day because we're all just back to back to
Mhm.
back.
that sounds like a fun time. Just have the music blasting and like all hyping each other up.
Yep.
Yeah, it's been great until Andy started playing country music
Yeah.
recently.
Yeah, Andy plays country music, and I just
Kills the vibe.
I can listen to country, but not when I'm training. It is just I want to kill myself. Yeah, it's yeah. But you won't hear country music at our gym. That doesn't. I have things on the walls that says. So we let our members play their own music over the speaker system, and it says no country, gospel. I mean, it's just I have it up there because there's a reason because we had country music playing from a couple of members, and it was like the whiny "I want to die" country. It wasn't even the upbeat stuff. It was like the sad stuff because they were sad at the time. But you can't do that.
Yeah.
Lose
And I actually
all
came
your
in and
one
somebody was
truck.
playing like a
Yeah.
church sermon
All your-
one day. And I'm like, it was a little weird. So that's where those rules came from. I actually have them there for a reason. They all came from somewhere.
Yeah, kind of more on a general scale, I guess. So, what do you guys think in the past? Say in the past like 10 years since you started powerlifting, have you seen the community kind of change, or your thoughts on the community?
I think it's
Just in
changed. There's like a lot of ways it's changed a lot, and then there's some ways that it's still like the community aspect as far as like small communities like within a gym. Like I feel like that's the same. Like I feel like our crew is very similar to how everyone at Strong was. Like we're all real close, but like in the grand scheme of things, like the internet has changed a lot of stuff. Like it's kind of crazy how different things are, and all these like stupid like gear versus raw, and all that. Like it's just kind of blown up in that sense too. But I feel like the small community aspect is the exact same.
You see a lot of social media stuff, a lot of big, strong people, a lot of people coming out of the woodworks.
Oh
But-
yeah, the strength has blown up.
But
Like I know women's powerlifting has gone absolutely insane. I remember when
Exploded.
a 300-pound squat was like, oh shit, like she's doing something. And now
Top
it's
of the
like,
world.
if you don't have a 300-pound squat at a local meet, it's like, what are you even doing? Like that's what it feels like sometimes. It's just like,
Yeah.
okay, well I gotta, I gotta catch up.
Yeah. Well, speaking of large amounts of weight, Amanda, you are the all-time world record holder for your squat. That's freaking sick. I remember seeing that video. I remember seeing that video, and I was like, oh, I was like, let's go! Like I was so pumped. That was awesome. Was it 633?
Yeah, 633.
That's nuts.
It's still
What are you gonna work? What was like your kind of like your thoughts around that? Like maybe like within that meet, or what were you thinking like coming up to the bar, and like what did you feel like when it was done?
Oh, yeah. Well, it was kind of weird, like going into that meet because I had just competed in May, I think it was.
Yeah.
And I had just hit my first 600-pound squat at that meet in May. And that's kind of like, that was my goal for the year. Like I hit 600, I was good. So like going into this meet, I was like, fuck it, we're going to send it. Like I looked up what the record was. I was like, I'm going to do that. And my coach, he was like, maybe, I don't know. I'm like, nah, I'm going to put it on the fucking bar. And he was just like, all right. So it was crazy because like going into it, I don't remember what my opener was. It was like 515 or 525, something like that. and I missed it on depth. Like I got called. And after that I was like, well, shit. So we just went ahead and went to my plan second. It was like 578, something like that. I got it, but it, like, looking at the video, it looked like if you added a chip on there, I would have failed it.
Yeah.
Like, it was so bad. And I remember coming out from under the bar, and my coach Andy, he was like, what do you want? What do you want me to put on? He's like, you want me to just do 615? I was like, no. I was like, I already got my 600. I was like, fuck it, we're put it on the bar. And he was like, all right. And he was just kind of like, well, I mean, okay. So, like, that was like the first time I realized I had to, like, get in the zone and, like, figure it the fuck out, because I'd never been to that, like, moment before. It always just kind of been like, oh, well, we'll see. But when I was getting my knees wrapped, I was like, you put it on the bar. You better fucking squat it, or it's gonna be picking you up off the ground. And that was like my mindset, just talking to myself, like, you fucking put it on the bar, you better pick it up. You put it on the bar, you better pick it up. I just kept repeating that over and over. And once I got under it, I unracked it. I was like, this is fucking heavy. This is so heavy. But I was just like, they're gonna scrape you off the ground, just do it. And I did it, and I started coming back up, and I was like, in my head, like, oh shit, I'm actually moving. Like, I'm standing up. What is happening? And I remember, like, once I stood up, I felt like it was still, like, crushing me back down. So I was, like, waiting for the rack command, and I finally got it, racked it. And I remember, like, looking back at the platform, because I thought I shit my pants. I was like, it felt like everything in my body evacuated. Like, I was like, there's guts left on the ground. Like, there's something, because it felt like so much pressure. But then when I saw the lights, I was like, oh, I actually just broke a record. What the fuck? So, yeah, it was wild.
That's the balls on you for, like you said, getting really close on the 5'7" or whatever it was, and then throw more pounds on there.
That's so it's a wild jump. That is wild.
Yeah, I was like, I'm just gonna put my trust in these spotters, and which was a terrible idea, because, like, looking back, they had the skinniest guys I've ever seen in my life spotting, and if I had failed that, I probably would have been shit out of luck.
Crushed them, crushed you.
Yeah,
that's really
anything for an attempt at an all-time world record, though.
Yeah. It was
We've always
really
joked
afterwards.
Yeah, I imagine. Did you have any kind of like what did it feel like afterwards? Like when you realized it was actually not just a record, it was an all-time record.
Time world record.
Yeah. So, like, at first I was like, that's really cool. And then, like, 10 minutes later, I was like, okay. Like, that's okay. What's next, I guess?
Okay, I'm in the history books forever. It is what it is.
I think, like, she immediately went to, all right, when am I getting to 700? I can do 700 in a couple of weeks. I'll be good. I think that's where her mind goes, like, immediately when she hits something like that. She immediately goes to the
figured it was either that. I figured it was either that or, all right, I need a nap.
Yeah, that too. Honestly, the rest of the meet went like shit because I felt so bad. But
doesn't matter.
As long
as you don't palm out.
Yeah, my coach went and lowered all my openers for everything else to make sure.
Smart.
Yeah, I definitely was like, I felt like I'd been hit by a truck.
I bet, yeah.
It seems like all the greats, you know, when you accomplish something like that, you enjoy it for a second. You're like, okay, back to work, back to the process.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Can't have shit.
Can't have shit.
Can't have anything nice.
No.
Well, in a meet, you can't really
give you a trophy or anything. So.
Yeah.
That's true. You get a little name on a piece of paper.
Yeah. I just have to look
that you have to print out yourself.
Yeah, literally.
Well, here's your certificate. Go ahead and print it out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like you can sit at a meet and think about it. You still got 2 more lifts to do.
Yeah.
If you like, you know, all-time world record on squat, you're like, well, did that. Now I got a squat and deadlift. So, I mean, bench and deadlift.
I'd have done the bar. I'd have done the bar. I wouldn't have even tried.
I think it was pretty close to it. I don't know how much it was. He lowered it. Yeah.
135. Still, total's going to be high no matter what. 'Cause the squat, who cares?
Yeah. I didn't PR my total on that one, but honestly, I was like, I didn't give a shit. Like I had that goal of 600 at the beginning of the meet or the beginning of the year, and then like not even thinking that 633 would be like within reach, but I just kind of said fuck it and then got it. I was like, you know what? I don't really care what my total is right now. So
Yeah. So
Smart.
So what's next? Any plans?
yeah, I'm competing in 4 weeks and doing the rhino thing tomorrow. So
God bless.
I kind of jumped into this meet like not too long ago. It's not really like anything I'm worried about. Like it's just kind of like a fun thing. My coach makes fun of me because he says I don't train unless I have a meet I'm doing. So yeah, this is kind of my way of like making sure I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing and kind of like just have a goal to get into. But after that, I'm doing the Ghost Clash in April.
Hey,
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
cool, man.
It's fun.
Yeah.
So what's
Ghost
it?
Clash will be good.
And y'all jump in. I don't want to. I hope I'm not butting in asking all these questions. But so, what does it feel like? So how you've been powerlifting, Amanda? You've been powerlifting now for how long?
I did my first meet. It was 2015. It was the Lifting for a Miracle at Charlie's Gym. 2015.
2015.
So I think that was actually my first meet as well.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I think did he do it in 2014 as well?
I don't know.
It was either 2014 or 2015.
The first meet I ever went to
That was my.
I think Battle of the Beasts in 2014 was the first one I ever like witnessed.
Yeah, but so I guess compared to then, what does it feel like just kind of reflecting back? Because I mean, when you started, like you said, first meet in a small gym, like, and now you're competing on literally like a national world stage, like
Doing a
what is
quote
that?
unquote pro meet at this
Yeah,
point with the Ghost Clash.
like basically like pro level. Like, how does that feel? Just kind of like looking back and kind of reflecting on.
Yeah. Well, technically, I'm not doing the pro day because I didn't qualify. So I'm doing the amateur day, but it's a big meet. It'll still be fun. But
Yeah, I was
You're
shocked
doing the
too.
Ghost
I
Clash.
saw the
That's a
shot.
pro meet. You're doing the Ghost
It's
Clash.
like you just in the amateur, you didn't qualify.
yeah. So it's crazy because I feel like I've made like crazy progress in the time that I've been doing this, but then like that bar just keeps getting raised. So I feel like I'm always chasing that like that dots, that Wilks, that total, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like I'm just not there yet, if that makes sense. Like even though I have the all-time world record, it just feels like I'm just constantly chasing these big numbers that people just keep raising that bar. So it's pretty cool like seeing the progress that I've made and seeing how the progress of powerlifting and like these pro meets and these money meets and all that. And I love that. But I feel like for myself, I'm still like trying to get to that level to be able to do it. So it's just like a never ending wheel that's just turning,
Yeah.
always chasing the carrot.
As they say nowadays.
Yeah.
Never satisfied.
Never.
Can we get a preview of what you're gonna do in the cage? What's the plan?
So I talked to my coach and he was like, just do 600. So I'm just squatting.
Yeah, just do 600.
Do a casual 600 on a Saturday morning.
Just do 600.
Yeah.
I say
This is
go
a deload-
throw the
this is
wraps
a
on.
deload week.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to put
Yeah,
wraps on.
that's fine.
Squat 600.
Just my deload. I'm just gonna do 600 today. That's all.
I say go in and try and do the 525 for 25 or something.
Oh yeah, sure. That'll work out real well. Me and reps don't mix. Don't mix. It could be a 135 on the bar, and I'm not.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I
That'd be
wanted
awesome.
I wanted to squat a little bit more, but he was like, "No, just call it there." When I first texted him about it, I was like, "Hey, I kind of got invited to this thing," and his response back to me was, "It's deload." I was like, "Yeah, but like, this is really cool."
Just deload the volume.
Yeah.
You know what?
It's fine. Just
You know-
deload the volume.
You should like just load 700 and then take a picture, like unrack it and get somebody to take a picture and then just send it to him and be like,
Just send it to him. He would lose his shit.
Or
He would drive to Orlando.
Yeah,
There's no doubt.
I'd be
take
getting space
take
time.
some half-pound plates and do 601.
Say fuck it. Like, hey, guess what I did?
Sorry, I went over the plan by a little.
Yeah.
That-
He's kind of
that's gonna be really
by now.
that's gonna be so cool though to like go to the Olympia though. That's really awesome. I've always wanted to, go to like the Arnold or the Olympia and just like walk around and just see all the people you see on Instagram and that's gonna be really fun. Do y'all have any plans on like seeing anyone specifically or like going to any specific booths or anything like that?
No, because I haven't really looked into it. Like, I didn't know what all was going to be there. I wanted to go. Like,
Yeah.
when I saw that they were going to be in Orlando again, I was like, I kind of want to go. And then I looked up the tickets and I was like, oh, it's $45 a piece to go in there. I'm like, I don't even know what's going on in there. I don't care that much. But then when I got this opportunity, I get a free pass. So I was like, I want to go now. So I know the
Yeah.
WPO is going on right now. I
Yep.
think the women competed today, and I think the men are tomorrow. So I want to go see that. Other than that, I have no idea what else is going on there besides bodybuilding.
Josh has had a hard on for the WPO.
Dude, I love watching that shit because it's ignorant. It is
My coach-
absolutely ignorant.
My coach is.
It is absolutely ignorant.
And he loves that shit. Like, he wants to go there at some point. But I think it's so funny. I'm not into like equipped like lifting. I respect him and I respect it, but it's just not my like cup of tea. So I'm like constantly in it because I'm helping him with his suit and straps and wrapping and all that stuff now. And so I like watching it. It's kind of cool, but I'm just like, nope, that scares the shit out of me. I don't want to do that shit.
It's a bunch of grungy dudes sitting in like a banquet hall at a convention center under a monolift in big diapers, squatting massive amounts of weight. What's not cool about that?
Yeah, there's nothing better. Nothing better.
Exactly.
Pressure just.
Exactly.
And everybody.
I remember-
Everything's a blood pressure PR.
Bleed.
Yeah.
Someone's always bleeding at those events too. You ever notice
Yeah.
those guys? Like someone's bleeding from their face at some point, somehow. And you're like,
Well, that's because they're also punching each other,
Yeah.
like actually
or
punching.
hitting the barbell.
Yeah.
There was one
Yeah.
guy that would like slam his head on the barbell before he would lift, and then blood just be gushing all over everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does it
On the
every
barbell.
single lift. He does that.
Yeah. Yeah, equipped lifting is pretty big down here, so we see it all the time.
Yeah.
Like almost every meet we've competed at,
Every
there's a lot of equipped lifters like lifting at it, so we're like always around it now.
That's interesting. We see none of it.
Yeah.
I'm the only
Yeah.
equipped lifter in Alabama, I think.
Really?
I remember the first time I ever really saw anything like equipped in the gym. It was at the location when y'all are going to Strong, but Riley, I forget his last
Right,
name.
that's what I was
Yeah.
going to mention. Riley.
Yeah,
I know who you're talking about.
He
I
can-
can't remember his name.
Riley.
he competed at the Arnold or something, but he was really strong. And I remember it was at, I think, Lifting for a Miracle. I think they had like a specific equipped
Yeah, they
like
brought the mono
division.
Yeah, just for him. I remember
Yeah.
he was the only one that did it.
Oh my God.
It was like it was the first time I'd really seen anything like really hardcore in powerlifting. But I remember he was in the back room, and he took two of those like ammonia caplets, and he busted both of them and shoved them both up one
Yeah.
up each side of his. And he was like, and he went out there and squatted. I think he was like 8 something or something like that. But he was like purple, and he was just
Yeah.
I was like, man, really
You go on my third deadlift at
I
8
remember
next
that too.
week.
It was so
Riley
stupid.
Burrows.
right.
Burrows,
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah, I remember that too because that was my first meet. That was like the second time I had been to a powerlifting meet, and I saw him, and I was like, "What is that orange thing he's wearing?" And I was like, "Why is his face so red?"
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I moved down here, and it's like all I see now.
Yeah, it's everywhere down here.
It's everywhere.
Very popular down here.
Wow. Yeah, Bryant, he before he moved, he would bring like the squat, like the deadlift suit and the bench shirt in, and that thing it kills you putting it on. It's like that's the hardest part is getting into that thing. But
We should have got a sweet video of you squeezing in it. It was awesome.
I mean, and
This is incredible.
like we could all attest to this, but I mean, I sweat just existing. Like I can just be sitting in a room temperature room and just be sweating profusely. That's just how I am. So getting into that thing, I'm just like sweat's pouring on. It looks like I'm jumping in a swimming pool and like right thing on, but definitely intense for sure.
It couldn't be for me. I have too much claustrophobia. I can't.
That's fair. That's very fair.
Yeah, I mean,
I meant to say,
interesting. Very hard to get into.
They are.
It's.
Yeah.
I just wanted to try it to see. So I bought like a $30 set of the little briefs, and I put them on, and yeah, it's. I don't know if it's for me. I enjoyed it, but I feel like just the pressure of the weight that you can lift with those things. It's just I felt like I was going to die. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, the first time I got into a shirt was with Burgett and Stephen Ballard and Alex Ashby, and I had never touched one before, and I think we worked up to 495 to a 2 or 3 board, and Matt was like, "All right, we're slapping on another plate," and I was like, 585? Are you shitting me? I don't want to do that. He's like, "Nope, do it, lay down, whatever," and I remember just like holding it, and my wrists are fucking bending. My bones feel like they're about to snap. I'm just like, this is terrible, but awesome.
Terrifying.
This is the worst thing I've ever done in my life.
Yeah.
you know, next year USPA is letting people use the F8 banded shirts.
I'm
I
good.
saw that.
Why?
USPA
Yeah,
is?
they posted
Even
it.
equip people
Yeah.
don't like those shirts.
Yeah,
My coach
you
has
can use
one
the
of those.
banded bench
They're
shirts.
fun,
now.
man.
He loves it.
I've used one, and they're really fun.
Yeah.
Makes you look real strong. Let's put it that way.
I think he
I-
does bench like
I felt real
6
strong in
something last
the real shirt. I wanted to get a Phenom, but I'm not built for equip lifting, so I don't think a shirt exists that actually will fit me.
You get those long appendages.
I have to do a custom one. The one I put on, my arms felt like they were going to break. They literally just putting it on and trying to move my arms out felt like they were going to snap in half. And I was like, I'm not putting weight in my hands. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Couldn't be
Man.
me.
Hey, you could squat 1,000 though. I'm sure your coach says that all the time though.
Yeah. He's like, you
Yeah.
Yeah, he is trying to get her in gear so bad because
Just in briefs, you probably squat 1,000.
no. I think
Yeah.
well we've also had the conversation like the way that I squat, it would take me so long to like learn how to do gear because I'm like narrow.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm in heels, like and he's finally like, yeah. So
Single ply.
fuck that. That's even worse. That's even worse. Absolutely not. We had a buddy that we used to train with that did single ply, and I have a video. It's literally a 30-minute time lapse of us getting him out of his suit, and I was like, no, nope.
Hey, getting out's the easy part too.
Yeah, couldn't be me.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, quick question you guys are asking us about powerlifting. Like, do y'all still compete in any meets or do any meets, or you have any plans to do anything?
Carson's retired.
Yep.
So
That's how
I've
I
had
did myself
so
too.
Carson had one bad prep, and then he's like, fuck it, I'm done.
so last year, 2022, I did like the Gator Classic in Sheffield and qualified for
Alabama.
uphill worlds in in October of last year. Went really well, but then this year, I'd originally planned on doing like USPA nationals, and then all the stuff happened with USPA. So I was thinking about doing like WRPF nationals, and then kind of got closer. And I was just all year I've been having. I guess I'm just a pussy. It was what it boils down to. I was just having like a lot of aches. I like tore a hamstring. I like torn an oblique. I recently broke my toe. That was like 3 weeks ago, so I haven't been able to really squat or anything. Just like I don't know. So I'm just really right now. I'm just doing some strict hypertrophy stuff. I'll probably run that throughout the end of the year, and then see where I'm at the beginning of next year. But
Carson
Are
on
you still
bodybuilding
doing
stage
body?
in 2024.
Yes.
2024 Carson bodybuilding stage.
It's so fun. Like I really love aspects of both. I love powerlifting. I love the training for powerlifting. I love how you don't have to really, literally be so strict with your diet. That's really kind of opens up the other part of your lifestyle. Uh, but I really love powerlifting. I love how it's like a sport, a performance sport. You can, I love the camaraderie, the community. That really, and we've talked to several people. That's really what keeps people coming back is just the community aspect. Bodybuilding is kind of more like you're just alone eating your chicken and rice and crying. But it's like it's very challenging in another way. Like I love the kind of mental willpower, grind kind of, and it kind of, I don't know. So I love both aspects of both. I love both styles of training, but I think I've historically just done what fits best with my lifestyle at the time. And right now, I am enjoying like hypertrophy style training. Maybe next year I'll see, but I think it would be really cool. Like one of my lifetime goals would be to win like an overall or my class in like a bodybuilding classic physique show, and then win like a meet in the same year. I think that'd be like a really cool thing to do. But
Be a crazy turnaround.
yeah,
Win a show in spring. Yeah, win a show in spring, then fall, win the meet. It's crazy.
just
Crazy art.
That seems to be.
But I mean, that'd be like insanely hard, but that would be cool. But yeah, Josh is
Yeah,
good.
next week. Next weekend, next Saturday.
Oh shit! Good luck.
You're gonna have a pretty good meet.
I think so too. Prep has went fantastic. I felt like dog shit.
You might out squat
Oh, that
Amanda.
means you did something.
That's how you
That's
know
a
you're
good
doing
prep.
it
Yeah.
I feel like dog shit, but
Yeah, if you
I've
don't feel like
learned
shit, you
this
don't.
is my this will be my fourth meet, and this prep has probably, I wouldn't say it's been the easiest, but it's been the one where I've been sore and tired, but I haven't felt like complete shit where I feel dead to the world. If that makes any sense. Like I've
Yeah.
kind of learned how my body is a little bit, and how I can recover more and feel better.
Yeah. That's always
If that
the
makes
best.
sense.
It's like when you can figure out how to
Yeah.
not feel like shit.
Yeah.
At least a little bit.
But still feel like shit at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like your lifts feel like shit, but you don't feel like shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
That's good. You might out squat Amanda.
Hell yeah, bro.
I'm shooting mid sixes, shooting for it.
Let's go, man.
That's when I'll be rooting you on.
Carson, you coming?
I'm gonna try to. So I'm supposed to work on
Damn.
Saturday, but I'm trying to swap some days around where I can be off because I really want to come because it's gonna be like the Golden Eight. We have like I don't know how many people from Strong doing it. It's a ton. It's
Almost all of us.
Most of them, yeah.
like
Decatur
10 people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
at April.
Right.
and- What's his
probably
name?
most.
They do it at a high school. I think they're doing it at Decatur
Mm-mm.
High School again.
Mm-mm.
Are they not?
They're doing it at the pavilion.
Oh yeah, they couldn't get that last year. That's right.
Mm-mm.
But yeah, it is their meet.
Oh, okay.
They're the hosts, I guess. And
Yeah.
I guess is it Charlie or Heidi's meet? Don't actually know.
It's been in limbo ever since the switch to WRPF, I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything's weird over here, and Charlie's actually stepping down he already did step down as the chair, but he's about to stop hosting meets pretty much altogether.
It's that battle.
This is y'all's podcast.
Oh yeah,
I know that. That's
yeah.
cool.
Les will be. Yeah, it's pretty wild. He's pretty excited about it though. They both are.
Yeah.
Did you see? Did y'all see Les? He like tore his quad. That meet.
No.
We literally when we did the podcast, it was like Tuesday, I think,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
before the meet, and we talked about like mindset, adversity, injuries, all this stuff, and then like that Saturday, God bless me, like our second attempt squat tore his like vastus lateralis, like completely ruptured it. He's got to have surgery.
He had surgery this week.
Yeah, yesterday.
Yeah,
Okay,
yesterday.
yeah.
Like it was. I was about to say,
And
it was
he-
one day or yesterday.
What's real crazy about it? I mean, everything's crazy about it, but it was pretty much year to the date that he tore his pec in a meet. So then he finally competes again a year later, and he has a even weirder injury. Like that injury that he had is so rare, and it actually tore the muscle off the tendon. So he didn't have to have a tendon repaired, but like tearing the entire muscle belly off the tendon is just like
I bet
of that muscle probably never happens.
dick. I bet that hurts so bad. You can see he posted a video, and you can see when he's coming out of the hole, his whole right leg kind of like shifts, and it like his quad like balls up close to what knee.
Yeah, it's very strange. I don't know if I've ever heard of that before.
Like we've talked about this before, but I feel like with every other like bench and deadlift, yeah, they can be challenging, but a squat, like a heavy ass squat, is kind of scary.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that's you got the most to lose maybe if in like a squat.
There's a lot that can go wrong
people,
on a squat.
you could die.
Yeah,
like
Chad Pinson, when he tore both of his quads.
Yeah.
Like,
Or that guy that died, like in Indonesia. Where
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
I saw that video like a week before my meet.
Oh no!
Oh, cool.
And then you loaded 633 anyway.
Yeah.
That's like when Carson did Worlds last year. He had just had an adductor injury or hamstring injury kind of thing right before the meet, but it really wasn't affecting his lifts too much. And it happened on like the belt squat, right?
Yes, I was belt squatting. Yeah. It was about maybe like 10 or 13 days out, something like that, and I had like a little tear in my left hip adductor, and it kind of bruised up and stuff, but I was still able to squat with some pain. But literally, like right on meet day, it was kind of healing up, and I didn't really feel it much on meet day.
Yes. This guy from Strong Inc. was at the meet for some other people, and he was like, Carson's literally going up for his second squat in 3 minutes, and he comes up and he's like, "Hey, didn't you tear your adductor like a few weeks ago?" And I was like, "Dude, shut the fuck up. This is not the time to talk about that."
And I'm sitting there. Oh, you know what? I completely forgot about that. But yeah.
Oh my god.
It's just like, oh, thanks a lot.
I'm ready. Like, well, let's see if it holds.
Yeah. That's always fun. When I saw that video of that guy squatting, I was like, I was this close to showing my friends that I was competing with. I was just, like, hey, look at this. But I was like, oh, actually, never mind. Never mind. It's cool.
That's like the break a leg thing.
Yeah.
Break a leg.
But don't actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. When that video was going around, I was kind of like, yeah, I don't really need to see it. And then I was like, I'm going to watch it.
Yeah.
I'm going to watch it.
A train wreck. Like, you can't not look at it.
Yeah. Yep.
Shit's wild.
Not going to happen at Iron Havok Gym, though. I can guarantee that.
Absolutely not.
Don't put that juju on us.
I don't know. I seem to get hurt.
No, it won't. It won't happen. There's no juju because it simply will not happen.
Will not happen. I don't know. This guy.
Because I mean, that's really why it happened. Is because of the gym.
Yeah, that's why I kind of like stepped out of powerlifting, because I tend to hurt myself every week. I don't know why, but I just break. Real easy.
Old man games.
I'm like, I'm going to train for this meet. And it's like, I get hurt every single time. I think the last meet I did, I got hurt.
Your knee?
Yeah, my knee was messed up, but then I think I was like a month out, and I did the meet, and I was okay on meet day. Felt completely fine meet day.
Yeah.
But every day leading up to the meet, I wanted to cry. Like, it was killing me. Yeah, I couldn't hardly walk, and I was like, I'll just try to squat at the meet, and I did. Like, during warm-ups, I felt fine. I felt no pain. It could have been adrenaline, too. I don't know. Maybe that's what it was.
I'm a weenie.
Probably a little both, yeah.
I'm just not going to do anything. I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Not always the worst.
Yeah. It's probably helped me, honestly. I mean, it's probably hindered and helped me.
Yeah.
Because I have a lot of fuck it days.
Very contextual.
Yeah. Yeah, you can.
There's always tomorrow.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
And tomorrow should actually lift. Oh, she's gonna squat tomorrow
Yeah.
on a deload week, so we'll see.
Yep.
Very rare. Most people say there's always tomorrow and then never go.
Yeah. Well, I'm at least gonna do one thing tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah, 1 rep. Yeah, that's still a deload to me.
My leg
Yeah.
accessories are gonna be walking around the venue.
Yeah, there you
We
go.
get wore out. Yeah, we've gone about
Yeah, 600-pound squat first. Yeah, I'd be wore out. I'd be wore out into the floor though, to be honest.
And it'd be hard.
Crushed.
If I was warming up on squats though, and it was like my time, like my block, like you have your own kind of time, and I saw and Shane Hunt was over there, like, let's go. I'd be like, all right, well, I mean, I'm sorry, coach, I gotta load
Yeah,
on.
there's like one person I know. I saw Dan Bell was gonna be there, so I texted him and be like, "Hey, are you gonna be there tomorrow?" So he can come over there and like just be there, so I can at least know one other person. But yeah,
Dan Bell, if he's like watching me
Just-
squat, I'm probably
Just casually texting Dan Bell to make sure
That's
he's going to be
crazy.
there.
That's a crazy flex. Crazy flex.
Yeah, really.
he's cool.
Yeah, he's a
Oh.
super cool guy, man.
Yeah, I saw y'all. I
He
saw a
came to
video.
our- he came to our meet, the meet that we just held at our gym
Yeah,
not too
he
long
was
ago.
there. He
came in-
judged.
He came and
Ooh.
judged.
Oh, that's sick.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Stan Efferding will not remember me, but I met him at World's Strongest Man and had like a 30-minute conversation with him.
Oh shit.
Super cool guy. Super, super cool.
Yeah.
The only reason he walked off is because people started seeing him and people started coming up and asking for photographs while we were talking.
Oh wow.
And I never even got one.
happened at the Arnold when we
Yeah.
went to that seminar. Same thing. We went to a Mark Bell seminar, and it was Mark Bell, Ed Cohen, Stan Efferding was there. There was a bunch of people, but they'd be in the middle of conversations, and people would just walk up and like. So I know what you're talking about. That's got to be frustrating.
Crazy.
too.
Yeah. People.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
That's the reason I didn't
They're
ask for one.
self-awareness. Yeah.
Yeah.
Couldn't be me.
Enjoy the moment.
Right.
People got to post on social media they met somebody.
Yeah, and they don't even talk to them. They get a picture
Yeah.
and then they walk off.
Let me get a picture. All right, see ya.
Nope. Probably don't even know their name.
Yeah. They're like, hey.
They gotta
this
figure
guy
that out
looks
later.
big.
Wow, they're talking to a bunch of people. Let me go see what they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally.
Crazy. Crazy world.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Amanda, we wish you luck tomorrow. Hopefully,
Sure. We'll be
Good.
watching.
no injuries.
Knock on wood.
600 gonna fly. Especially on a deload week.
Oh, yep. Shoot.
She's gonna pause squat 600. I
I'll
can guarantee.
probably, honestly,
That'd
She'll do
be
a tempo pause.
fuck yeah.
I accidentally did
601.
that 2 weeks ago.
She's done that many times in training. She just, or for me, like warming up, you do
Yeah.
a tempo pause, and you're like, "What are you doing?"
I'm doing my training. I
Yeah.
don't know. It's the same thing I did in training. Yeah.
Me doing a tempo pause at battle last year, or my pause squat on my second attempt last year at battle.
Amanda
You
Pate
waiting for
too.
the up,
Yeah.
up command.
Yes, yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
Yes.
Did Mo do that?
no think, only lift.
Yes.
Tell me when
No
up.
thoughts, just vibes.
Get that. Gosh, Brian, I think I sent you and Josh that meme a while back, but it was like, is that video? And it's like the one guy in the crowd that's like, oh.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's me. I am the guy. Like, oh,
That's me.
that is me. Every lift.
I forgot that.
Even on
Let
deadlift, I'm like,
me get up.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Let me get up.
Oh shit, is that what I was doing?
It is
Thank-
needed. We do
hey,
have
thanks.
a slow guy training. He needs that. You got to tell him.
Yeah,
You got to tell him on squat. Hey man, get up. Up. He's like, oh yeah.
done that in multiple meets.
Love him to death, but he's a little slow.
Perfect sport for him.
Yeah, this is it.
It really
This
is.
I
is
get what you're
the one.
saying.
Well, Amanda and Patrick, we really appreciate y'all taking the time out of your Friday night to talk to us. It means a lot. I've really been excited to talk to y'all, and I'm glad we got to have a conversation and talk with some people that are as cool as you are. But shout out I think I already said it, but shout out your Instagram so people can follow you and your gyms stuff if people can follow that.
So my Instagram is kickassamanda, and the gym page is at Iron Havok Gym.
Oh yeah, Old Man Gains on Instagram. I don't post anything, but you can go check it out anyway.
Check out that luscious beard.
Yeah.
And if you're in or near the area of Sebring, Florida,
Yeah.
go check their gym out.
Check them out.
Yeah. Come get
But
a lift in.
thank you all again, and that was your Friday night at the barbell.
All right,
See you
thank you
guys later.
guys.
Peace.
Thank you.
Peace.
Peace.
Thank you.